Charlotte's match against Orlando was a rainy weekday game that ended 1-1. My name's Maxwell. This is Crown Breakdown. Let's get right in it. Charlotte's match against Orlando started with a lot of pace, but really slogged on with the weather as the game went on. Charlotte was able to get the ball into a lot of dangerous areas, but like we've seen before in this season, slow decision making, bad passing, and just bad finishing all around left Charlotte taking only 1 point away from this game. Converting chances in the final third is something that has been hurting Charlotte all season, and it did not improve this game. The game had a really high tempo and Charlotte looked really good until Diagra went off in about the 15th minute, going down injured. I think the break in action on a Wednesday night rainy game just really slowed things down for both teams. That they came out the gate really hot, but having a break that long kind of took the life out of this game. Regardless, Charlotte continued to dominate possession through the entire game, creating opportunities, but again, just not finishing on them, and conceding a poorly defended free kick from way outside the box that only had an XG of 0.03. Regardless of not seeing the game off, there were still some positives to be taken from this game. First off being the defense. The defense held up really nicely. The high press for Charlotte, the counter pressing was working really well, and in those transition moments the defenders were doing really well in the one-on-one situations with a lot of good blocks, good clearances right when we needed them the most. Capetti also came back for his first match post-injury, won a penalty for the team, and converted it to put Charlotte in the lead late in this match. So first, let's take a look at Charlotte struggling in the attacking third. We saw Bender having a slow night with a lot of missed opportunities to set someone else up for a shot. A lot of times it seems like this team just tries to pass the ball into the goal. Take a look at this shot map here for both the teams. All of Charlotte's shots are coming from inside the box, generally right in the center, that we're trying to feed the ball right to the middle to get a good shot on goal, rather than just taking the chance and taking a shot. Orlando's shots were much more scattered around. They did have some good opportunities, but our defense really did a good job of cleaning up any chances that they did have in this game. And I do wonder how much the short turnaround from a Saturday game to a Wednesday game, as well as the rainy day, really had an effect on the players and the decision making in the final third. Alright, so let's take a look at some of Charlotte's chances, starting with this one in the 9th minute. Ball coming across to Diagra. Does a couple of step overs. Jones has space right in the middle, and he just takes too long to pull the trigger there. Probably takes one touch too many. He probably could have just taken that on first time. At the time the ball's coming to him, he's got a couple players in the box coming back to get back on sides. I think a shot is the best option there. He just needed to get it off a little bit more, a little bit sooner. Next good opportunity is going to come here in the 11th minute. Now, as they're coming across the field, Orlando's defense is doing what we like to do. Their fullback is pinching in. We got Nathan Byrne all the way up in the middle here, occupying the defenders, leaving Diagra wide open on the back post. This is a very good cross into the box. He chests it down and just doesn't quite get a good enough shot on it. But he's wide open there. That's right in the danger area where we need him to be. We just need that finish to be a little bit better. Okay, so this one in the 25th minute is going to be the first chance of Bender just taking a little bit too long to play the correct pass or get a pass off. The Bender gets the ball, he turns, and he's got two choices. Well, I mean, three choices, really. He can take a shot from that angle. It's scored in MLS all the time. I'm sure Bender has the quality to make that shot. He's got space. That number 6 center back is quite a ways off of him. Where I think this ball needs to go is what I'm saying all the time, is we're trying to play off the shoulder of the defenders a lot, and we need that secondary runs. Miram is right here, right in the middle. Not only that, but Westwood is also following up with the run from deep, but Bender passes it to Carroll instead, and at that point the defense has closed down around him. Now we have a similar play to this happening in the 36th minute. It's on a fast break, ball into Bender. Again, he needs to just take the shot, but as soon as he cycles it back around, he's got a lot of options here. But as he makes that turn, I mean, look at all these options. Bender's right here looking. Bronico is making a fantastic run diagonally into the center of the box, right in front of the goal. That is going to be a great shooting opportunity there. Jones doesn't have a marker. He's making this run far post. Jones is tall enough. He can get up and head this one in it. Not only that, Westwood also top of the box asking for the ball. Instead of doing any of those three things, he just holds on to it for too long. The Orlando defense gets set, passes it to Carroll, whose shot gets blocked. We're going to take a look at a couple of big chances Charlotte did have that they just didn't convert on. This first one is going to be from Derek Jones. He does everything right here. It's a lofted ball into the center of the box. Nobody's marking him. Jones gets a good contact on the ball. Gillespie, just being the good goalkeeper that he is, manages to keep it out. This other one's going to be a good diagonal ball from Karol Swiderski to Westwood right in the middle, who just doesn't get it on frame there. Other than the accuracy on that, that's exactly what we want Karol Swiderski to be doing. He's going to be kind of drifting, making the good passes to set people up, as well as getting in dangerous areas. He's occupying the center backs there, pulling space for Westwood to take the shot, and he just doesn't. He goes for the difficult shot the first time on the bounce, just doesn't get it right. And one more example of Charlotte just not playing the correct ball in the final third. This chance is going to make its way up to Karol Swiderski. Miram to Carroll. As he's about to get this ball right here, he's got a few options. He's not very far off on his shot attempt, but as the ball falls to him right here, the fullback is making a run to the outside to cover the shot Carroll's about to take. Bronico is doing is making a good run to occupy the center backs, and Miram is in a really good space right here. So he could play the ball to Miram. He can try and play this into Bronico for him to get on it. Westwood, for me, is going to be the best chance here. A diagonal ball again to Westwood, just like that last one that we saw, with Bronico pulling the defenders towards him with his run. Two things would happen there. The ball gets to Westwood. These defenders will have to turn around. Number three is going to have to make a choice. You got Bender on the outside. It's going to be one or the other. But that ball never comes, so this is all talking hypotheticals. Swiderski takes the shot, goes across the face of the goal. Bender's just too far away to get there. And on the replay, let's look at those options again. So once he gets the ball, he's got that diagonal ball there, which Westwood probably has the vision to put it up to Bender, or if he had that space there, take the shot. Bender just wasn't in a position to make a far post run to clear that up. Now, while our offense has still been struggling to make the most of the ball in dangerous areas, one thing Charlotte has been doing really well is their defending and their counter pressing. We're going to take a look at an example of Charlotte's counter press here. This one is coming from the 5th minute. Charlotte turns the ball over in the opponent's box, and right away we see the players pressing the ball to try and win it back. They get a long ball. We have a couple of failed tackles here, and then Privet comes in to clean that up and make sure it doesn't get any further. In this clip, Charlotte doesn't win the ball back, but they're counter pressing, and then their good one-on-one defending in those last ditch situations is keeping Orlando from having a chance here. Okay, let's get right into player ratings. We'll go through these pretty quick. Where it was a kind of a slow match, there wasn't a lot of high and low ratings to this game. Everybody was just kind of average with a few standouts. First up, Karol Swiderski. He did create a couple of chances. His passing was okay. He had a couple of good passes into the box. One shot that just skimmed wide of the post, which we looked at earlier. Just kind of an okay game from Karol. Nothing outstanding today. Diagra, he unfortunately went out due to what looked like was a pulled hamstring early in the game. He did have a chance created and a shot on goal prior to leaving the match. Ben Bender, we talked about him earlier this show. I'm giving a C+ for him on this match. He did create the most chances. Those chances weren't all high quality, kind of like we looked at earlier. Just kind of bang average from him as well. Derek Jones, I'm giving a C. That's going to be average performance. Where he's playing higher up the pitch, I feel like we're not seeing as really good performances from Derek Jones as we're used to seeing. He did have a few shots. One of them was a really big chance that just didn't go in this time. Brant Bronico, I'm giving a C+. He did create a few chances. He had some good passes and a few good runs into the box to occupy the defenders like we looked at earlier. The captain, I'm giving a B-. He was just a little bit above average. Like always, his passing was pretty spot on this game. He did miss that one big chance. Nathan Byrne is kind of a tough one this match. I'm giving him a C- only because he had one really good stop in the first half. Second half, though, I feel like the goal that went in was some miscommunication with him and Kalina, that he could have had a chance to clear the ball or stop it. Didn't do anything. Went to Kalina, who let it in. Now, Andrew Privet was definitely one of the standouts this match. I'm giving him a B. He had the most tackles, most ball recoveries, and he did really well defensively as well as getting the ball forward. Malanda, the other center back, I'm giving him a B as well. The center backs were really good in this game. He was excellent at keeping the long balls out as well.
Better than mine. Oh, that's a lovely ball played. Enrique! Oh, what seemed like a clear goal-scoring off.
See, there's the little ball around the corner. Great ball, but that is a great recovery from
Janssen playing it long. Maguire chasing, trying to pluck it down. Malanda recovered, but Maguire got his toe to it. Kalina made himself big.
What a save.
Marin.
So now Charlotte FC's turn as well. Now they're in
Westwood. Uzviak, Kyle Smith. Owens muscling his way through. Arfield tries to get it back to the Ghanaian-born. Spent the season there in 2019.
Enzo Capetti on his first game back. I am giving him the player of the night, as man of the match, as you will. He came on, won the penalty, converted the penalty after having words with Galesi. What a way to introduce yourself back into the squad. Now, Christian Latanzio, I'm going to give a B for this match. He came out with the same lineup that did really well against LAFC. They did well this match also. They controlled the possession. They got the ball into dangerous areas. I'm not going to blame Latanzio for the players not putting the ball in the back of the net. Now, this match was disappointing to only get a point at home on a midweek rainy game when really we were looking at 3 points at home. Charlotte, like we've been saying all season, needs to do better at converting their chances, not wasting chances. Next episode, we'll take a look at the Nashville game, which also was slightly disappointing in the end. We'll get to that one next time. This was Crown Breakdown. Thanks for watching, guys.